Good afternoon. My name is Giedrius Leliuga, and I came from Lithuania. It's a small country in Europe, just 3.5 million people. And I would like to give a presentation about customers' need and control of supply that are the keys to success. So myself, I'm a forester, not a wood technician. So I will also speak a lot about forest, because the forest is the key, because the forest is the raw material. So also I would like to say that after finishing university, I was working in a Ministry of Environment in the field of forest economics. But later on, I have decided to make business by my own and to establish the company that deal with wood products. So I manage 3 companies. So it's EcoWood, that is based in Lithuania, and that is producing oak semi-finished products, engineered flooring, doors and staircases. As well, we have the company Style of Wood, is translation from Lithuania, that we sells and installs oak flooring, doors and staircases. We have 5 retail showrooms in Lithuania. And as well, that's very important, we have a sawmill in Ukraine, where we produce our oak sawnwood. Nearly 100% of the wood we use is oak. It's European oak. So looking on figures, our total production per year is 100,000 square meters of flooring. So we do a bit less than 10,000 square meters a month, 3,500 doors, 200 staircases, and 1,000 cubic meter of oak semi-finished products that we export. Totally, we employ 150 people. Why we need all this? So here is the basic, or the scheme that we work, and that we need to have 10 years from complete zero to make. So we have the sawmill that is based in Ukraine. Then we have the production of end product that is based in Lithuania, and we have a sales network to end users that we sell our end product. So I think that the complete chain, starting from the forest to the end user, is the key to the success. Even I had wrote from forest directly to end user. In this case, we can be very flexible. In this case, we can control the raw material. In this case, we can be very efficient in cost, and also we can make a good price to the end user. I would like to speak about European oak. It's Quercus robur, that it's our main raw material, and that is really very important for our production. So if we look on European oak forest area in Europe, so we can see that the biggest oak area is in Russia, 3.7 million hectares. The second largest is France. The third is Ukraine. And you see all others is much smaller. In Lithuania, we have only 37,000 hectares of oak forest. That's making 1.9% of total forest coverage. And it's too small for us to work with this kind of product. So in all Europe, we have only 10 million hectares of oak forests. And this quantity is quite small if we compare with other wood species. Here is a very important message about oak forests in Europe, that they are declining at the same speed as tropical forests. If we would look 100 years ago, it was half of the Europe was covered by broad-leaved oak forest. But due to human activities, later on oak forests stand decreased to very small amounts. The similar situation we have in Lithuania, as on 16th century we had from 15 to 20% of oak forest, and now just 1.9% is left. So it's because, as I told, from the human activity, it's because of forest animal and insects damages. And also, that's very important, that during last decades it was not enough attention was paid to oak replantings in forests, because it was much more costly to do than the other wood species. Here I would like to look now from the other side. If we was shortly discussing about European oak resources, I would like to give a figure for you how the wood species usage rate in 2010 is in Europe for the flooring. So this is really very important to understand for you how big demand and how demandful wood species is European oak. It was a lot of discussion today and yesterday that we need to rediscover the wood, that we need to find markets for the wood. In my situation, we are in completely different situation. We don't need to rediscover the wood. We need simply to have it. Because this graphic is presenting the clear figure. 2/3 or 65% from all wood flooring in Europe is produced from European oak, while the other wood species is making a very small percentage. As example, tropical timber only 7.5%, ashwood 6.8%, beech 6.3%. So it says something about the popularity of oak for the flooring. And flooring, to my opinion, is the biggest consumer of oak resource, because it's really, I think total in Europe there is about 100 million square meters of flooring in total. So imagine that 65% of the flooring is produced from European oak. Also, what's very interesting, it's no matter that we have a recession in Europe, European oak demand became even higher. So it's again opposite what everybody is saying, that the years of the recession made European oak even more popular. So second very interesting slide, we have, if you look on consumption of floor covering in Europe, we will see that wood flooring is making just 6% from total wood flooring, from total flooring covering. The biggest part is textile, stone and ceramics, laminate flooring, vinyl. Wood has just 6%. So if we would imagine that the wood flooring in Europe will have few percent more, so then you should imagine that the demand for oak resource will become even higher. So sometimes I'm saying that we don't need to compete between each other in the wood sector. We need just, if we want to grow, we need just to overtake some of the other substitutes. So, and I guess if we will look on other industries, as furniture industry, if we look, then we will see that the situation will be similar. The wood part in the total consumption is quite small. So if we, as wood people, would make the wood product marketing better, I think it's no matter of the depressions or not in economy. I think that we have really a good possibilities. So, as I told from beginning, the production of our oak material is produced in Lithuania, and we supply the raw material from our own sawmill that makes 50% of all quantity we use. From other sawmills in Ukraine, we buy 20%. In other sawmills in Lithuania, 20%. And from other suppliers, we buy 10%. Returning back to the raw material, I would say that it's not only that there is a shortage of oak resource in Europe, but also the quality of oak resources each year is becoming lower and lower. If 10 years ago the average diameter that we was working was 50 centimeter, today we are very happy getting the logs and our average diameter is just 30 centimeter. Sometimes we are very happy to get logs starting from 20 centimeter. I couldn't imagine that 10 years ago it was possible, but now we have to take all possibilities, we have to take all diameters of log, and we have to consume it as maximum as possible. So from our average log, that is it's the third quality. The first quality log is sold mostly to the veneer industry for extremely expensive prices. So we are working in sawmilling with the third quality logs with the average 30 centimeter diameter. So as you can see that we are getting flooring plank dimensions, it's 45%. This is the most important group. The flooring plank dimensions, I call the wood with knots, the wood with sapwood, the wood with a central heart. So the other important part is parquet strips. Door dimensions is making 20% and finger joining dimensions making 15%. We really have to work on the maximum output from the log, because this is very important for us to get reduced our cost in the raw material. So as you can see, we had been forced to start producing oak flooring because the nature of the raw material is giving 45% of it. So, and if you look on production we do, it's comparable to this graphic. So we do flooring because we have such raw material. It's also very good that today the market for oak flooring is quite good, or it's very good in Europe. It's become very popular oak plank floorings in the rustical grade or in character grade with knots, with cracks, and this is good for us, because imagine if we wouldn't have the flooring market, so it would be really very hard to compete and to buy the logs. So second important our product is parquet strips. Parquet strips we sell to other producers of flooring, because we are not producing a small parquet ourselves. There is a multi-layer parquet producers that do parquet. The door dimension, that is higher quality product. The door dimension is usually longer lengths, knotless wood that we use for the door production. It's making only 20%, and finger joining dimension makes 15%. So if we will look on the products that we do, all products 100% is engineered. We do not have no more products in oak from real solid or massive, to say it massive. We do not produce practically nothing from massive. And it's again due to the situation with the raw material that we need to consume everything. So most of our products we do it, as I told, engineered. It's floor planks. Flooring is a 3-layer or 2-layer with a top layer of 4 mm. Our door products is also engineered, so it's done by the finger joining the posts and by gluing the lamella on top. I can say that all valuable wood that we have here, I call it door dimension, you can call it furniture dimension, that's all valuable wood we are getting. We are really slicing it to the lamella. So we start from 2 mm and going maximum up to 4 mm. Why it is so? Because again, it's the same. I'm returning back to the situation with the raw material. So it's maybe completely differently as the previous speakers were saying, that we need to work, we need to solve the situation. How we have to sell the wood, we have to solve opposite. How we have to buy the logs, how we have to make the maximum output out of it, how we have to consume everything we are getting out of log. And if we do this, we can have very efficient price, we can have a good cost, and we can sell our products. So again, I'm returning back to the theme that in this case, starting from sawmill, we're not starting from the forest, because most of the forests we buy in Ukraine, and where the forest is state-owned, and we don't have, our own forest, and we cannot make logging operation. We're buying the forest from state. So starting from sawmill, by producing the end products, we can, and by selling to the end users, we can be the most flexible, we can be the most cost efficient, and we can compete in today harder economical times. So also what I want to say, that it's strange to say, but this depression or harder in general in economy was very good years for us. Okay, it's first of all because of the high demand for oak as the product. Okay, it's thanks to the architects, it's thanks to the people who is making good advertisement to oak product, but especially on such economical situation, people are starting to look for price. The people on hard economical times are really looking on price. So this was very good for us, because we can make this price for the people. Differently maybe from the other companies who has big marketing budget, and but if they do not have the resource, so for them it's much harder. So better, I would say, in today's situation, as we work in European oak, better to have the resource and less marketing and less expenses on marketing, and this makes the business successful. So that was my short presentation. I would like to thank everybody. Thank you.